Welcome to Steadfast, a pro-life podcast where we talk about how the pro-life movement is evolving and how you can participate. Our goal is to empower you with knowledge of science, philosophy, politics, and theology so that you can go out and lovingly change the world, even if that's just one heart at a time. Our hope is that you'll feel comfortable meeting anyone wherever they are at in this moment, confronting their fears and hurt with love and compassion. I'm your host, Sammie Carel, Education Coordinator at Life Choices Women's Clinic in Phoenix, Arizona, and our prayer is that this podcast inspires you. Welcome to Steadfast. Hello everybody, welcome to Steadfast. As I mentioned in the introduction, my name is Sammie. I am the Education Coordinator at Life Choices Women's Clinic in Phoenix, Arizona, and I just wanted to make an introduction episode to this podcast so that you could just tune in and kind of get a sense of what this podcast is about. As far as the inspiration for the title of this podcast goes, I found this Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 15:58. Therefore, my beloved brothers, be firm, steadfast, always fully devoted to the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. And I don't know about you, but I've needed that reminder over the past couple months that my labor is not in vain and that I need to remain firm and steadfast. And I hope that that Bible verse gives you some inspiration. So on this podcast, we will be talking to the experts, the pro-life leaders of our community, and ask them the tough questions and get some answers. We will be talking to Father Kurt Pereira about healing ministry, particularly healing for the post-abortive woman. We will be talking to Kevin Terrio, who is a lawyer for Alliance Defending Freedom. We will be talking to Joel Stepanek, the Vice President of Parish Services at Life Teen International, about reaching our teens. We will be talking to Jason Ever about how the sexual revolution in America has really impacted our view on abortion. We will be talking to all these people and more to learn more about the pro-life movement, not even just particularly on topics of abortion, but other pro-life topics. Just a little bit about myself. I am a wife to an amazing husband. We've been together for 11 years. We met first week of freshman year at NAU. We were in the same dorm. And now we have two beautiful kids, one boy and one girl. I was a youth minister for 6 years, and I really don't think that I could have had a better job. I mean, I really did get paid to pray and care for teenagers, and it was amazing. And about a little over a year ago, last April 2021, I took a break from all work because my baby boy was born, and I wanted to focus on being a stay-at-home mom of my two little ones. And so come this past spring, 2022, I was approached by a dear friend, a priest up in Phoenix, who said, "Hey, Sammie, want to be a youth minister again?" And it was so tempting. And I talked to God about it, and he said, just wait. And I was like, cool. Wait for what? And he said, just wait. So I waited, and sure enough, that same priest came to me and said, "Hey, my mom is a volunteer for this women's clinic, and they're looking for somebody to go to churches and schools and talk to teens about abortion, STDs, birth control, all things pro-life." And it was the perfect fit, and I am so blessed to be in that role now. I definitely did not expect to have a career in the pro-life field. I was always pro-life, but the reality is that talking about abortion is uncomfortable because it's depressing, it's heartbreaking, and I was a little scared of it. But here we are, and I couldn't be more blessed. I just want to thank you all for tuning in and listening, and I just ask for prayers for this podcast, and I have no idea if it will last very long, if it will just be a six episode mini series. I was really thinking about pulling like a Stranger Things and just dropping 6 episodes at a time and then, disappearing for a while. But I'm just gonna wait to see what God has in store. It's all in God's hands, and that's completely okay with me. So on this next episode, we will be talking to Joel Stepanek about how to talk to teens about the pro-life movement and how to get them to rally, because the reality is that these Gen Zers are so good at rallying behind a cause, but we want them to fight for the right cause. So I pray that you're intrigued, that you want to stick around, and I will be praying for you listeners, and please keep me in your prayers as well. Adios.
Goodbye.